Question 4, round 45,715 to the nearest thousand. Now, what you should do here is think about which column, which digit is in the thousands column. So let's just label the column heading. So we've got units, tens, hundreds, thousands, and the 4 is in the tens of thousands column. So TTH, tens of thousands. So we're trying to go to the nearest thousand. So identify which column is in the thousands, which digit is in the thousands column, which is the 5. That's in the thousands column, and that's got to the nearest thousand. So it's either going to stay as 5,000 or it's going to round up to 6,000. And to help us decide, we look at the digit next door, which is the 7, the one immediately after it. So if that 7 is 5 or more, we raise the score. So there's a helpful little rhyme here. 5 or more, raise the score. And the other half of that is 4 or less, let it rest. And what that means is if the 7 is 5 or more, it raises the score on this 5 here to a 6. Goes one higher to a 6. If this digit in the hundreds column is 4 or less, it would let the 5 rest on a 5 and it would stay as a 5. So there's only 2 things that can happen to this thousand digit. It's either going to rest on a 5 or raise up to a 6. So because this 7 is 5 or more, it is 7's more than 5, then it raises the score on the 5 to a 6. And it's because 700 makes this 5,000 closer to 6,000 than 5,000. So 5 or more raises the score, so the 5 raises up to a 6. Any digits after that change to zeros. 0, so the 7 changes to 0, the 1 changes to 0, the 5 changes to a 0, so that makes it 6,000 because 5,715 is close to 6,000. But you can't just leave it as 6,000. The digit in front, this 4, you've got to just put it back in. So instead, the answer is not 6,000, it is 46,000. And that makes sense because 45,715 is pretty close to 46,000. So your final answer to the nearest thousand is 46,000.